Hey guys, welcome back to B3313. Today is December 2nd. It's currently almost 10 p.m. and let's go into this level, which I can't remember what the life of me, what it's called. I want to say it's one of the Womp Fortress variations. I want to say Womp's Kingdom. I like the mini Thwomps. Oh, I get to tell my story. So the other day, when I was playing this game, I was like, oh, these Womps have such goofy-looking faces. And then I was like, they have a pencil mustache, like John Waters. And then I was like, from now on, I'll just call them the John Waters Thwomps. And then I made myself crack up, because I was like, yeah, they look exactly like John Waters. I'm not sure what the Thwomps look like. I mean, the Womps. I'm not sure what the Womps look like, though. They look kind of like a Charlie Brown character. Just lazy. Drawn with lazy, huge eyebrows. I don't know. I don't know why this version of Womp's Fortress has a, like, miniature tower right here, but I don't know, it makes it feel, like, weird and discombobulated, you know? Anyway, once again, we are on the hunt for 8 yonder red coins. We're on the hunt for yonder red coins. I don't remember where that hallway goes. That's something I should check. I'm kind of falling back in love with this game, though. I've been playing pretty far ahead. I think to about 168 or maybe even 172 stars. And the thing about this game is that it's like a great big scavenger hunt inside a dream. And that's kind of what makes it so magical, is that, like, it's so unpredictable. And I don't know, it's fun because it just makes your brain tingle, like, in the same way a scavenger hunt might. It's also, what makes it so hard to 100% this game is that the game really doesn't do anything to help you, and it does so much to confuse you. It's also kind of a glitchy game, but it's kind of hard to describe how, like, some glitches are intentional because of the story of this game being about, like, a glitchy AI that is going insane, just generating a ton of infinite AI levels, which, if that isn't becoming more and more relevant by the day, I don't know what is. But this game also is just generally pretty glitchy. It's, what's that joke about, the Undertale code? Like, it's amazing how well that game works because the code is held together with scotch tape and a dream. I don't know, I just think that's funny. But yeah, like, a lot of the glitches are the game's textures intentionally glitching out, or, you know, the game intentionally crashing because it's built into the game at certain story events are, you know, designed to crash the game. But one of the real worst offenders of this of the game is this camera, which I think in every single episode from here on out, you're going to see me just absolutely wrestling with the camera. Oh, and there is a cut because I love when I'm looking for the 8 red coins, and I get the first 7 kinda okay, and then the 8th one takes me, like, literally half an hour of, like, looking around going, where? Where is it? Where? Jerry! Jerry! I don't know. That's supposed to be Kramer, but it wasn't that good. I don't know, I haven't watched Seinfeld in a minute. So I don't know what a good quote from it would be. Oh, wasn't I just talking about Jerry Seinfeld in the other episode? How he, like, compared student activists to the KKK and is like, at least the KKK is honest that they hate Jews. Like, so unbelievably stupid. Just the time that we're living in where, like, you know, everybody is suddenly anti-Semitic is just kind of bizarre, to say the least. But anyway, trying to keep things non-political here as much as possible. But yeah, this certainly is Womp's Kingdom. It feels sort of like that one level, and oh yeah, this camera is just awful. Because you need the camera to stay behind you. And, like, yeah, camera is notoriously difficult to sort of fix in Mario 64 hacks, but if you're playing a 3D platformer, you want the camera to be behind you, pretty much without exception. And here's WF.Z64, we don't need to be here again. And then there'll be times when the camera suddenly swings around and it's in front of you, and you don't want that to happen because if the camera's in front of you in a 3D platformer, you can't see where you're going. So there were other times where, like, I would try to swing the camera around to the right, and this was important because I was trying to do a red coin star, and the camera just kind of hit a wall and refused to swing to the right. It would only move to the left. Insert political joke, the Overton window, ha ha ha. Oh god, here's the owl. Good stuff. Notice how many video games have owls? Like, there's Winnie the Pooh, obviously, but there's Kibora Gabora and Ocarina of Time. And those are the only ones. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, Okami has that one weird boss that's like the two clockwork owls. That was cool. That was crazy. That was like the moment that the game really started feeling less like a Zelda and more like a Castlevania, and I mean that in like the best way. Like, it was just a really cool tonal shift. I mean, not that Orochi did kind of feel like a Castlevania boss. I mean, he is a huge, like, 8-headed dragon. But yeah, that was kind of a game that I was only aware of because Chugga Conroy played it. And for the longest time, I never actually knew how it started, continued, or ended. I was gonna say middled. I was gonna say started, finished, or ended, and that would have been stupid. So Jerry Seinfeld. Seinfeld Castle. I explained how that's kind of that was a running joke from Big Tip on a Bus's playthrough of this game. Anyway, it's kind of crazy that like, he's the one. He's like one of the most important people who held this game together with Scotch tape and a dream. No, I'm kidding. But I think I want to say a lot of the levels got their official names from his work, just like documenting the entire game. Which, like I said, it's like a giant scavenger hunt in a dream. So, like, you're in that dream where the doors keep changing. That's how I would describe this game. This is, I think it's Grim Green Forest. The other one was Tall, Tall Treetops. I think I kind of like this one better. There's something very peaceful about it. It feels a lot like a Space Station Silicon Valley level. To me, I know that sounds weird, but, like, if you played that game and remember, like, the first or second... the first level's Smashing Start, the second level's Have a Nice Day, and the third level is Honeymoon Lagoon. I want to say it kind of reminds me of Have a Nice Day. but not that much. That's just kind of a general feeling that I get from most of the levels in this game. But I also like the kind of Alice in Wonderland-y feel, and I like how that's an adjective, Alice in Wonderland-y. I like how you can add a Y to the end of any word and it becomes an adjective. But like the checkerboard patterns, which of course look like a chessboard, which is like a thing, in Through the Looking Glass, where they're all on a chessboard, and I need to reread that book. That was one of my favorites as a kid, so... Oh... And then I was always attacked as a kid for, like, that being one of my favorite books. People would either be like, Lewis Carroll was a pedophile, or Lewis Carroll was on drugs when he wrote that. Which, like... Yeah, I won't get into either of those. Especially, I don't know, not with recent events. It just feels too sensitive of a subject. I mean, not that sensitivity is something that necessarily stops me, but I don't know. At the same time, I think it's good to be sensitive. Here, is this where a really weird glitch happened? I went through, like, a specific corner of the waterfall and, like, glitched through the entire level. I think you're gonna see it here in, like, 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Yeah. I was, like, fucking soft-locked here. It was pretty good. I was like, where am I? I'm the opposite of Jesus. If Jesus walked on water, who breathed underwater? I don't know. Like, walked on the bottom of the ocean. Anti-Jesus? No, I don't know. Anyway, another Yonder Red Coin mission. Red Coin missions are just like making your bed, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things that you never really feel like doing it, but you should do it as soon as you can, because the sooner you do it, the less time you'll spend, like, dreading doing it. So, I don't know. But the thing is, like, with making your bed, I really wish, like, I only had to make my bed, like, Wednesdays. You know, that would be so much nicer than having to make it every single day, but, you know, I also feel better when I make it, so, you know, as our good friend Morgan Peterson would say. He also would say pet cats, and yes, I tried to pet cats. There's a local bodega with various, what's it called? Kratom or Kratom, and vape pens and other paraphernalia, but they have 2 kitty cats, and also Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and C4 energy drinks, and Ghost energy drinks. Although, C4 is my favorite for some weird reason. I think it tastes the best. Gorilla Mind is just a lot harder to find, but it's kind of like got all those claims to have all those benefits for your brain. So I would have that more often if it was more regularly available, but for now I don't know, I like C4 because it tastes the best and because, like, the caffeine rush feels good sometimes. Oh, and then I screw up my entire sleep schedule and stay up until 3 a.m. reading Stephen King, but that was fun, though. I don't regret it. Like, that was a really good Stephen King story. It was called The Langoliers, but I won't really be able to get into it because we have 20 seconds left of this video, so get out of here, Lakitu, please. That reminds me, I still have to finish, record a few more episodes of Super Mario Bros. 3, and then we'll be done with that game. But for now, have a great day, have a great night, and everything in between. Goodbye.